Good at the game, it's going to be even more exciting. BrokenBlade loves these carry top laners. I'm not entirely sure how great the Rell is into the overall comp, but let's think about these comps for a little bit. So, we'll get to see more of it later into the game, but this early game has been very much about Inspired dominating the jungle matchup as we see a trade in the bot lane.
Yeah, Limit is ignited, looking for the knockback here onto Trymbi. Gilius coming down as well from the river. Hansama, oh, the root still lands on Trymbi, even though he flashes. Gilius gonna get forced away. Hansama with that Ranger's focus, able to turn the damage back onto Schalke. In the end, it was
one of the best mid laners that we have here in Europe. I think to all split long, he has been considered second best. Yep. Every time he goes up against Cap, sometimes he struggles as we do see an engage.
Trymbi has no flash, but there's no ultimate here for Limit, and all Hansama needs to do is get one more auto down. Hansama with the kill. First blood, now Inspired's coming down. Neon does have the Feather Storm, flash in from Inspired, but Neon was able to dodge away from.
There's no contest, and this is something that we'll often see from many teams in the LEC. We will sacrifice the early Drake for the Rift Herald because it can accelerate the game, and importantly, your funnel gold into either your last
kills for every death in a team fight. In playoffs, they got about half a kill per death. They were dying almost 4 times as much. Now we'll go to a fight in the bottom lane as the engage comes in. BrokenBlade diving in, and Inspired is down. BrokenBlade teaming up well there with Gilius. Now odoamne, well, he's on the wrong side of the map. He's 1v4 on this bot side. BrokenBlade trying to clear out the wave so this next wave can push in. Limit coming down as well. Should be an easy enough dive. odoamne does still have flash. The bear slap comes out. Limit trying to hex flash across the wall, but won't be able to get in
see where this shifts, because while BrokenBlade is getting advantages, look at the difference in the AD carries, and it's going to balloon even more in the mid lane as well. As they drop this Herald down, they'll get the first tower, and Larssen is going to balloon that gold lead to about 800 in the mid lane matchup as well. So Rogue are getting the money onto their carries, so they're pretty happy with how the early game is going.
And in draft, we said the early advantage probably fell in favor of Schalke. Well, that's not how it's playing out. Rogue's so good at playing the map. It's what we saw from them in the regular season and what we expected to see from them against Mad. However, in that series, they were drawn into
the first Drake still hasn't fallen.
Yep.
Schalke didn't actually trade that Drake. Instead, they're focusing on trying to get BrokenBlade ahead.
Looking for odoamne here underneath the tower. Odo just hits level 10. Gilius going in there with the stun, and BrokenBlade with the flawless duet will get the lockup. Gilius tanks it for as long as possible, but look at the healing on odoamne. In the end, he'll go down. Gilius able to walk out of the back of tower.
And, get that kill. So this does mean more money into BrokenBlade's back pocket, which is great for him.
Yeah.
However, Rogue get themselves the first Drake of the game. Again, very late, so the fourth Drake win condition not exactly going to be a huge threat. The big things I will say is Limit not having the same impact that we often see from him. In the early game, usually he's roaming around a lot more, but because of how Rogue have played the early 2 vs 2, how Hansama and Trymbi have kind of got themselves a winning matchup, have been able to punish Neon and Limit, have done them a lot of benefits. So props to them, limiting Limit's ability to roam. And that has resulted in Rogue's early game gold advantage. They will take the bot tower. They're now going to rotate and look to take mid, as Schalke secures themselves the top tower and the next Rift Herald, which they're going to need to try and break this mid-tier 1.
Of course, the second Rift Herald nowhere near as powerful as the first. You don't have the option to get plate gold out of it. And Rogue have already chipped away so much at this turret that just a couple of auto attacks from Larssen will be able to take it down. Third tower of the game for Rogue. Larssen waves it.
It's smart for Schalke to actually play around him in a side lane. And the moment I do look at the minimap, I see Limit already hovering around him. Oh, look, there's Gilius. So Schalke is able to close the gap when it comes to... So, yeah, I think that the response here from Rogue is actually very good. Yeah. Because they saw the same plan that we did, right? Play through bot, get vision bot side, rotate into mid. So what they did was they were like, okay, Larssen, you just hold bot. That's fine. I see a ping onto that ward in the bottom jungle. Abbedagge, I think he did just use his teleport. Yeah, he does have the Ludens. BrokenBlade has a TP as well as the fight for mid control as the sleep comes through.
Floating Lullaby onto Limit. Pops the Unbreakable Will, immediately goes in. Transcendent Blades only hits onto Hansama, but they can't really follow up any further. Inspired, pop the stopwatch. Now Schalke on the back foot. Hansama walking forward with that Ranger's focus. There's the arrow. Hits onto Abbedagge because Gilius sacrifices him. Abbedagge has to flash and shuffle his way back underneath the tower.
A good initial engage from Limit. I'm surprised. I'm not sure if we're even going to get a replay of, because no one ended up dying in that fight, but I'm surprised that we didn't get to see a huge amount of fault, because the moment the re-engage came through from Rogue, Limit, but it's warded. Yep. So Rogue have nothing to fear, unless actually Hansama, it's not a good path thing.
Hansama still has flash.
Actually, he doesn't care.
The arrow out, Unbreakable will immediately pop by Limit, but just look at him chase here. Limit just can't go anywhere, doesn't have the flash, tries to engage, but immediately is dead. Hunsummer just held him at arm's length. Hunsummer, the big brother, puts his hand on Limit's head and says, excuse me, no further, as Limit's trying to wildly flay towards him.
Oh my words. Hunsummer, absolutely no fear. I thought that he was going to be in danger. I thought his positioning was poor, but that just shows the difference between me and Hunsummer as he looks to run down the jungler now.
I mean, what can Gilius do? Like, Turbo Chemtown does nothing for you when you're running away. You have to be running towards your enemies. Abbedagge pushes in the top wave, gets tier 2, but Rogue are taking tier 2s aplenty. 3,000 gold lead now for them. 2 minutes on the Ocean Drake. BrokenBlade trying to come in. Gilius is starting up the Ocean Drake to try and pull Rogue out of position. Now they've spotted the bot lane as the Swirl Seed connects. Lucian Lullaby going down as well, and that's a very sleepy cow. BrokenBlade still looking for the flank. Pops the forward Shuet, doesn't get the stun. Gilius, the reset on the Drake. Inspire goes in. Gilius secures it. Limit tries to jump onto Inspire, but immediately the stopwatch is there. Abbedagge dived in here as Larssen tries to put the damage down. Limit already down to half HP. And here comes Trymbi. And here come the rest of Rogue. Gilius, you can have every Drake you damn well like. The quadra kill for Larssen, and Hunsummer, you scumbag, as you steal away the Penta.
That should have been a Penta kill for Larssen. He saw it, we saw it, everyone saw it, but Hunsummer said, no, it's only game 1. And a beautifully executed fight from Rogue. BrokenBlade didn't land his ultimate. No CC came out from Schalke. There was no threat at all onto the backline. And Larssen and Hunsummer could just dominate the fight. Just clinical execution, clean game from start to finish. Rogue looking dominant in game 1. Surprisingly fast game as well, man. 26 minutes. When we were watching Rogue at the beginning of the season, remember they were averaging insanely fast game times, and it feels like that they've just gone back to their bread and butter, back to what they know. Strong laners that they know how to play around the play. Have is very, very powerful dive. And this whole composition is about, you know, obviously getting onto the backline and murdering them. Now, Kalista as a champion, very good at kiting. Now, okay, thinking more about it, Gragas, powerful to see it later. I will highlight it more when we get to see it later. But once he gets Stride Breaker, and then when he gets Sterex, that is where he becomes truly powerful. But for now, it's about the bot lane, and Spider's looking for a gank.
Neon and Limit, there's Trymbi going in. Limit really no place to go. Attract, Repel, Stun will just slow Rogue for the moment, but First Blood already over to Rogue, and Inspire's still on the chase here. The bear slap onto Neon's just trying to force him away from as many minions as possible. Remember his Urgot games. Remember his pentakill on the Darius just last week. If BrokenBlade can get ahead, he can really get a stranglehold on a game of League of Legends. Right now, odoamne trying to trade with him, about 7 CS behind.
So you can see how much damage he can do.
Larssen has no flash. Limit going in. Trymbi's trying to join here as well, but he doesn't have the flash, and there's the root, and there's the gravity well. Larssen trying to survive, going to walk back. Now has the Chaos Storm, and Inspire's going to join the fight. Chaos Storm doing a lot of work. Limit really has no place to go. Flashes away. Trymbi down to 200 HP. The Spell Flux not enough. And in the end, no...
Big, prominent farming mid laners. Of course, Larssen a little bit behind as Abbedagge.
There's the root. Abbedagge is going to have the Attract Repel. Gilius and BrokenBlade working on the Rift Herald. Of course, BrokenBlade with the Paranoia can join a fight.
The pings.
Lickety split as Larssen doesn't have flash back up. The Gravity Field's going to come out. The Fear does land. Abbedagge flashing forward, looking for the damage. They don't quite have enough. Abbedagge taking it up for ages. And he will fall. 1-for-1 trade in the mid lane.
Ooh, they didn't quite have the damage to one-shot. To get some vision in the bot side of the map. They can look to trade it for the Drake. I imagine that's exactly where Inspired is going to head towards right now. But Rogue have the right set on the mid lane.
Abbedagge doesn't have flash and doesn't really have anywhere to go. Limit trying to get in here with his Attract Repel, but can't save his mid laner. Another kill goes over to Rogue. 3-1 on the scoreboard for them. Neon will get a full 3 plates in the top lane though, so he has been able to get a little bit of gold back.
Good use of his time. odoamne deciding not to bother going back as an engage comes in mid.
Magnet Storm, the Rampage knocks Larssen back underneath the tower, and there's the Onslaught of Shadows. Inspired walking in, can get the stun, but really doesn't have much more to do here as he has to walk away.
Larssen slightly overstepping there. I think he was trying to get more plates underneath the tower. He'll be able to push out the wave, and I believe he was able to get himself a plate in mid as well. So he should have a slight gold advantage in the mid lane. Both mids suffering from the pressure.
BrokenBlade actually behind odoamne now because odoamne got that kill and has been able to equalize the farm in the top lane.
I like this gold investment from Schalke. Good ult.
Oh, great ult to get the knockback there, and Larssen really doesn't have anywhere to go. Does have the flash, but the Gravity Field will catch him out. BrokenBlade, Paranoia, everyone's out to get you, Larssen, as Abbedagge secures the kill. Fate's Call used. Trymbi steps in the way of it. Sorry, Limit steps in the way of it and is immediately knocked back. Hunsummer takes the kill, and now Neon doesn't have a tower. Doesn't really have anywhere to go. Has to walk all the way back to his tier 2.
Cool down, but it seems that Schalke don't want to bother risking this fight for the time being. They're just going to push in their waves, secure a couple camps. You can see that BrokenBlade even doing the Krugs in the bot lane as he catches this next wave.
The game's spawning. It looks like Schalke will have control over it. Hansama still off towards the top side of the map. Schalke walking into the river by themselves. Here's the paranoia. Limit was looking to get in, knocked back, but there's the engage. And there's just nothing you can do. Fear away from Inspired. odoamne trying to build up the Mega here, but he's already down to about a third HP. Flash in from Abbedagge, and there's the double. Vedi, you set it up perfectly. Abbedagge showing off on the Ryze so far. Will die in the end to the Siphon power. Neon was not in that fight at all. Schalke still able to come out in a 2-for-1 trade.
I think Schalke greeded a little bit at the very end there, but they will still come out on top. That will be a dragon, that will be 2 kills, and while they will give some gold over with the death of Abbedagge, getting Larssen back into the game just a little bit, the reality is that...
more damage.
Yep, that's Ryze DPS right there.
That is pretty absurd. Neon will be in this fight though as Hansama dives in. Trymbi with the face call. Neon flashes away. The cask is just enough. Of course, Kalista spears even if...
Good stuff coming out from Rogue. They find themselves another pick. Gilius now, the lower extended here. Hail of Blades, good damage from Hansama, but not quite enough to zone him off as, here comes a pick.
odoamne is about to go mini-nav as well. You can see Abbedagge is trying to join the fight. Odo tries to flash away, but Vedi, you said it a moment ago, you can't flash away from the paranoia. It will find you, and it will eat you up.
A lot of damage, and has a lot of money. However, Abbedagge is in a very similar position, so the question will be, TPs, Odo has it, BrokenBlade has it. I can hear the players getting excited. I feel like the fight's about to come.
Limit has a great position here. Gilius dived on, TP's coming in. There's the Magnet Storm as well, and you can see already the damage is just so big onto Inspired. odoamne tries to join the fight. BrokenBlade going in with the paranoia. Hansama forced away. The face call will bring back Trymbi. Limit almost dead, but odoamne dives across the wall. And now it's on Neon and Abbedagge to try and put the damage down. But the Chaos Storm's going to do a lot. Neon dives in and kills off Hansama. We thought it would be Abbedagge who'd get it, but Neon gets the double. And Schalke find the fight. odoamne does have the Mega, doesn't have Flash. Gonna chuck a building at Neon, but perhaps a little bit overextended. There goes in with the Abbedagge with a stopwatch. The gravity field will lock him in place, but not before odoamne falls.
Spell shield.
About 400 gold between these two teams. Both AD carries with 2 items complete. It's the 3rd dragon of the game, but it's only 2 apiece. There's the paranoia. How'd you get out of it? The darkness surrounds you. The attract repel stun will land. Trymbi going in as well, and Abbedagge is on the back line. And he will rip asunder Rogue. Spell flux after spell flux. Inspired and Hansama, the only 2 left alive, and Gilius is not very willing to leave them like that for long. Limit looking for the jump across the wall, but Gilius will fall. It oversteps just a tad. Neon on the chase. No tower to save them. Abbedagge has already used the realm warp, but does have the flash. And the chase is on. Inspired and Hansama trying to do what they can just to delay Schalke from getting anything, and they're doing quite a good job of it. Dustbringer not quite in range.
Back up.
Stridebreaker back up for BrokenBlade. Looks for the slope, and Inspired's like, excuse me, sir, what are you doing? Dustbringer still doesn't connect.
Just get the Drake,
Schalke. Still alive here, Vedius.
Well,
they don't get the Drake.
That was a colossal waste of time from Schalke.
I don't think they get this.
I mean, look, Rogue's respawning now.
I don't think they get this. Abbedagge's going to start.
Okay.
Okay, maybe they do get it. Inspired flashes away. Limit looking for some damage here, but here comes Trymbi. And there's no jungler here. Gilius is coming back from base.
It's fine.
It will be given to Schalke.
Okay.
You lose a red buff, you get a Drake.
So I remember when Abbedagge got nothing but relentless abuse online.
Yep.
People thought that he just could not compete at this level, but I feel he has only gotten better over time. He's having a fantastic split, and he's the big carry!
Oh, the Magnet Storm. Abbedagge is not even here. Neon just dishing out the DPS. He goes on a rampage. Hansama is the second to fall. A double for Neon. odoamne's going to try and jump his way away. Limit falls as well, but quick 2 kills there, and Schalke on the chase. odoamne trying to get away, but the Rune Prison will lock him in place. He flashes out with the Gnar and just about survives.
Wow. Incredible team fight once again from Schalke. This is what we talked about, right? It's so straightforward. Everyone just presses R. But of course, that will be overall less damage because then your Q won't hit your target upon landing.
I mean, that makes sense.
But if you ever wanted to just execute someone and you're worried about how much damage you had, you always
talk about this as the strongest point for a Nocturne. Yep. Basically, you can kill an AD carry and you're pretty unkillable if you dive into the back to the 3rd place position.
Yep, and Schalke right now putting up a strong fight. Here comes the Ghost.
Gilius going in and track repel onto the limit, and they just turn immediately. Inspired just can't go anywhere. The paranoia coming out. Oh, BrokenBlade! He cancelled him! Oh, Okay, did you know that?
So
did you
I did, but not
He realized he'd be overextending if he connected with the full paranoia. Now Schalke going to start up the Baron. Rogue have the opportunity to fight it, but they don't have a jungler, they don't have a smite, and they don't really have a way of getting into the pit. Limit actually has a really good flank position here. Hansama's been hit, and there goes Limit. Magnus Storm coming out. Neon could dive in with the killing success. You already used it. Abbedagge going in with the round warp on the backline, and odoamne trying to dance around, do what he can. But he is forced away. Abbedagge flashes in. Trymbi, oh, just about able to survive, and Larssen with a flash gets the kill onto Abbedagge. Perhaps a little bit too hyphy there from the Ryze in the mid lane.
With a strong comp, are able to get the better of Rogue this time around. They've found consistently strong fights. All the advantages that they have, honestly, they could dive towers, and they shouldn't be afraid to. With this Infernal Soul, I honestly think they just should. Obviously, there's the risk of, like, you dive a tower, you throw the game, and from their perspective, they're like, hey, we just want
the champion that shouts darkness. You don't seem to be enjoying the fact that Schalke are playing around it. BrokenBlade here in the mid lane. Schalke already got that Baron down to about 7,000 HP. Inspired does have the flash. Smite if he wants to get in. There's the paranoia. Who are you looking for? Odoamne's building up Mega here. They try and dive on the backline. BrokenBlade already down to half HP. The onslaught of the shadows. But now onto the backline. The stuns. They're diving in. The Magnus Storm from Limit will delay the fight for just a moment, and Abbedagge is able to survive because of it. Watch Abbedagge, watch Neon, because Hansama and Larssen are still alive in this fight. It's a double for Neon as he snipes off Trymbi. Neon's going to get taken out in the end, though. And that was all on odoamne. He found a perfect Gnar into double wallop, and now Rogue have turned it around. You didn't want them to fight around darkness. Well, Rogue wanted the fight. BrokenBlade TP's back into this. Larssen half, Inspired down to about 10% HP. BrokenBlade with a Dustbringer. Diving forward. Won't be able to get close enough. BrokenBlade clears out the Baron pit and keeps it aggroed. Abbedagge starts it back up.
And now it looks like Rogue, are they going to give this one up? I feel like that they have to.
I don't think they knew it was happening.
Oh, the TP coming through from Larssen, and once again, Schalke now back off the Baron. Both teams hesitant to commit to this objective.
Can get stronger. Hansama can get stronger. Abbedagge can get caught out. Still has the flash, pops the stopwatch, just going to flash across the wall here. You have to get out of there. But to close. Neon going to the Elder alone. Rogue do not realize it's happening. That Elder down to half, and Rogue now trying to step forward. The Elder is tipping away, 1/3 left on it, and Gilius comes across for the smite. Elder Dragon secured, now Rogue have to back off. You can't fight this at all. Explosive cask used for the disengage.
Neon off to solo the objective. He's able to secure it, and now Rogue don't want to gamble the fight here at the Baron. Instead, they're going to take the last-ditch fight at their base. Schalke not bothering to reset.
That extra range, take reduced damage from enemies. Schalke now pushing in. Gilius rampaging his way towards that front line. Inhibitor down in the top lane now. Rogue give it up. They know they don't need to fight it. BrokenBlade can work his way towards bot lane now if he wants. Keep that two-pronged approach with BrokenBlade in the side lane, but instead they pop the paranoia.
Very good.
Force them off the inhibitor tower. BrokenBlade goes in, dashes back out with the stride breaker. 2 inhibitors down now on this push. They're going to realm warp the minions across to get the 3rd inhibitor tower. And the Elder Dragon still remains, as you say, Vedius. This macro from Schalke, absolutely sublime. 11,000 gold ahead, and Infernal Drake in their back pocket. Neon diving in, and there comes the Elder. That's the reason the Rogue could not take a fight for the last 2 minutes. And that is odoamne sent packing for the next 53 seconds.
You can see BrokenBlade going back to base as well. He's going to TP back in, bring some minions with him. And Rogue, they're at their last defense. Only 1 tower stands as Schalke look to equalize the score.
Schalke can just walk it in. The Magnus Storm finds all 4. And Neon laps up the kills. Abbedagge gets 1, BrokenBlade gets another. And Schalke take the 2nd game in the series.
All right, so it took Schalke a little while to close that one out. Definitely a little bit closer than it perhaps needed to be in the end game. Yep. But what this suggests, that BrokenBlade either doesn't play the Scion, doesn't want to play the Scion, or that perhaps Schalke just want more dive. When you are running the Rell and the Kaisa, you want things that can threaten the backline, and BrokenBlade, to me, is saying, hey, you know, we could pick Scion, and I could win top, or I could just pick a matchup where I know I have, like, stacking armor, because then it is Hansama and Trymbi tried to fight Gilius. Oh, in fact, Gilius is just going to fight the bot lane.
Well, they are pushed in. This wave is pushing in. Limit going in for the flash knockup. There's the attract repel, the stun with the flash bear slap. Hansama has nowhere to go. And Schalke strike first.
Nicely done. I mean, Limit and Neon somehow got in a position where the wave was pushing in their favor while there is no jungle assistance. Oh, here we go. Rogue now looking for a dive.
Abbedagge has the flash if he needs it. Doesn't even need it. Inspired just ghosts in. Larssen had gank in the mid lane. He didn't really get much out of it.
Well, he did not. So Schalke off to a good start, find an advantage in the 2v2 bot. Flash in from BrokenBlade. He wants this kill.
Odoamne with the disdain is able to get away. He will flash underneath the tower. BrokenBlade obviously can't follow.
Summer off to a bit of a rough start. He's going to bounce back.
And as much as we have seen BrokenBlade getting the better of odoamne so far this series, as TP comes down towards the bottom lane, we'll talk about that graphic later. Limit is already dead. Neon next on the menu. Larssen looking for the scatter of the week here. Flash, unleash power. Scatter of the week connects as well. Neon is dead. That TP bot lane from Rogue paying dividends. So
no flash on Neon means that he's in danger, but no flash on Larssen.
Got the scatter of the week though, pretty easy for him to get away. Inspire coming in with the onslaught of shadows. Limit knocked back. And Limit will fall. Does still have the flash. They're trying to give the kill over to Hansama here, and with at least 5 spears in the back of the horse, Limit will fall. Hansama gets
and then just that brief pause, because obviously Hansama's walking away at this point as BrokenBlade gonna ult in.
Double cyclone. Shield from the disdain is enough for the moment, but BrokenBlade is definitely winning this. odoamne needs another shotgun knee. Doesn't have it. Fear beyond death, not enough. BrokenBlade wins out the 1v1 in the top lane. A level of intensity that can happen in playoff series is definitely there, and he's been able to get these laning leads. However, Neon and Limit have done well when they've been able to get out of the lane. Neon especially in the last game. Better map awareness than you. It's what comes from being a support main. I'm not Nocturne and just black out the map for everyone whenever I
Well, look who doesn't have the best map awareness. Is Hansama getting collapsed on. No flash, no team. I think he's dead.
Hansama does have flash right now, as you can see from the side of your screen, but he is still dead. He does try and flash away, but the heal isn't enough. Scatter the week from Larssen will be able to lock up a couple against the wall, and you can see odoamne in the midst of 5 players from Schalke. odoamne overextends, trying to save his AD carry.
Yep, the whole family arrived in the top lane, ready to get that kill onto Hansama, and they found a special guest in odoamne that they were able to shut down. So
rinse and repeat that sort of play once again, especially since now Hansama has no flash, has no heal, doesn't have those summoner spells. Larssen going to be gifted the gold from these top side tower plates. A bit of that will go into Inspired's back pocket as well.
I will say it's a bit of a shame for Rogue that Hansama does not get that money, because that was the whole game plan, right?
Yep.
Keep this Kaisa getting accelerated, keep the money flowing.
And BrokenBlade just catching that wave in the top lane.
Can we quickly look at this top wave?
Is he freezing?
Oh, we might not have time
as well. Inspired going in. There's the onslaught of shadows, and Neon knocked back, stunned up. Can't really go anywhere. Great explosive cast there from Trymbi. And Limit once again looking a bit like Sonic the Hedgehog. Spikes on his back, and Summer gets the double.
Okay, wow. So, BrokenBlade is freezing. So there are 2 options. You can either have your team help you push out that wave and break the freeze, or you can use the numbers advantage to try and force things like maybe a dive on mid, maybe a dive on sides. And it looks like right now, Gilius, no, I was going to say he's caught out Inspired, but he hasn't at all. It's this is Inspired. So, while the freeze does net a small advantage, there could have potentially been bigger ones. Yeah. Hard to say whether or not that, of course, would have happened.
I mean, one is guaranteed gold if you freeze properly, and one is the possibility of future gold as the TP comes in here to the top lane. odoamne down to about half HP, but BrokenBlade, even with a Cyclone, isn't doing enough, and Gilius feels the power unleashed on his back as Larssen gets the kill.
Oh, so the fact that Larssen has those dance lists is paying off for the mid support from Schalke.
We could have him in the next music video.
Perhaps. We'll have to wait and see. Is Neon now in danger?
Yeah, you just can't get away from Kalista like this. Even the heal is not enough movement speed, and Hansama rings him.
Oh, okay. You know what? He tried to flash out of range.
Yep,
His brain is just too big. odoamne's brain is too big. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! Dear me. Neon dead once again. Even the Killer Instinct won't save him. I will say, Neon used the far side alteration. Would have been fine. But once again, Hansama now totally taking over the game. 5-2-2 on this Kalista. Inspired playing a fair hand in that as well. The best jungler from the regular season. And what can you do? There's just nothing you can do against this. Gilius knocked back. Will flash back underneath his tower. But even without their Kalista, Hansama on the flank. Not something you usually say about an AD carry. Gilius has to run away. Fate's call will bring Trymbi back, and he'll just decide the tower is enough. Rogue now, 5.
The way he looked at his monitor, and I figured out from the trajectory of the wind, I don't know. But in any case, it was a great play. Really good stuff from Inspired. 0-0-5 on the Hecarim. as Trymbi's found another engage.
And Hans Summer is here. The explosive cast will knock them back. Gilius doesn't have the flash. Limit diving in with the Magna Storm. They're trying to catch out Hans Summer. Trymbi still alive. Hans Summer still alive. Exhausted. Survives somehow, dodging away from the Chaos Storm. In the end, Hans Summer will go down. But how much has been sacrificed here by Schalke? Larssen flashes away from BrokenBlade. Odo picks up a double kill. Inspired, not with his team this time. Instead secures the Cloud Drake. Ends up being a 3-2 in favor of Schalke.
In a 4 versus 5. No, hang on, Scarecrows.
They're part of a farmer's toolkit.
They're okay, but they don't.
They have to be created. What do you think farmers do on a Sunday afternoon when they're watching the LEC? Gilius going for a stun here in the mid lane as Larssen has been caught out. Limit trying to get in there as well. There's a shutdown onto Larssen. That gold going across now. Odoamne's been caught off towards the bottom side. Trymbi trying to get away. Onslaught of Shadows used by Inspired, but he's been stunned up in the gravity well as well. And BrokenBlade now goes on a rampage. Caught out underneath the tower, though he will get killed. And that's a little bit more than farming there from these two teams. Schalke get 2 kills and can turn their eyes towards the 3rd dragon of the game and stop Rogue from stacking up to that soul.
Really good use of teleports once again. Schalke have been on the money when it comes to TPs this game, and they were able to get ahead of the play when it comes to this matchup. Now,
Fear Beyond Death is available.
Gus setting up for the Drake. That's going to melt. This is going to disappear.
It's stolen away by Inspired, and now the fight really begins. Odoamne trying to do it again. Fear Beyond Death. He's going to get the fear back. Gilius just out of range. Hans Summer diving as much as he can, but he's going to get stunned up. Lockdown, and the shutdown goes over to Neon.
Okay, so the question becomes
3 times, I believe. Oh no, twice this series. And some great Magnet Storms in game 2. And Schalke fighting back. 1,000 gold between the two teams now. They get their first
tense moment between the two teams. Soul on the line. This could be the deciding fight. Larssen starting to stack up the balls. You can see he's got 2-3 right now.
Abbedagge starts it up. BrokenBlade goes in with the Cyclone already. There's the Magnet Storm, but Larsen's able to pop the Stoppage just in time. Trymbi still alive somehow. BrokenBlade pulled back with a Fear Beyond Death. Inspired tries to get onto Neon on the back line. Hans Summer still alive. Larsen's still alive. And those 2 key carries for Rogue, able to survive through the burst. Oh! The weak have been scattered by Larssen. Abbedagge will kill him in the end, but the shutdown comes back. Limit the last man standing there for Schalke. And Larssen just swipes away Schalke's hope with a flick of his wrist.
What an intense team fight between the two teams, fighting for that shot at G2 in the semi-finals. They just line up for him to just decimate the backline. And while Abbedagge does get something back, it's too little, too late. It's going to be the Infernal Soul. Both waves now crashing into the tower. Mid is going to hit that mid tier 3. This bot tier 2 is going to drop. And while this will give Abbedagge an opportunity to clear the mid wave out as the bot wave arrives, this is how you generate that good pressure Hex Flash. Limit not going to use anything though. Do we? Oh, look at the ward! Look at the ward!
Yeah, you can see it. You can circle it on the minimap. Vedius, show us the ward. The
It's too late. He's TPing
into. Here comes the flank, Inspired, not with the rest of Rogue. And here is BrokenBlade. Already Gilius already dead. Larssen pops the stopwatch. Gilius goes down. BrokenBlade pops the stopwatch of his own, but Neon has fallen. And although you're going to get Larssen, you're going to get wiped off the map. BrokenBlade, not too much he can do. A double for Odo in the front line once again. Limit, the only one left standing, limping away as Rogue look towards the Nexus. They look towards their 2nd win in this series, and they look towards getting only 1 win away from G2 next week.
I like the attempt from Schalke. I think that fight is a good one, especially with BrokenBlade's access to the backline. Unfortunately, you now have to deal with odoamne, who's also massacring your backline as well. Rogue were just too strong in the final fight. They executed well, and they will bring themselves to match point.
Fight as you might, Schalke, in the end, Rogue still come out on top.
We have a pretty interesting series on our hand, Medic.
Yep, blue side always wins.
Blue side always wins. Of course, Schalke going to get side selection, likely going to bounce back onto that one. However, I think that what's really good against dive is crowd control. You know what provides a lot of crowd control? Kennen's ultimate. So when you dive in, Kennen's like, hello, yes, come to me. Enter the storm and see what happens. Unfortunately for Schalke, the Archie roster, wasn't it? It was
It was 2018, I think, right?
Yeah, against Fnatic.
Odo was on H2K at the time.
No, he was on H2K. I think he was on Spice.
He wasn't.
Hang on, bot lane.
Limit caught out just a little bit. It's Trymbi, and now going back in. Gilius there for the first blood, though, and we set up Hans Summer and Trymbi as the players who could really pop off on Rogue. Well, Schalke able to answer.
So good using his pressure to roam into the bot river, say, hey, Inspired, no Drake for you. We're here to cover. Realm Warp comes through.
They're looking for Trymbi and Hansama. Hansama no flash. The double stun isn't enough. Neon gets the kill, and Schalke have changed their game plan. No longer is it around.
Done. Schalke find themselves with another gold lead.
So the question is now for Rogue, how do you counteract this? Because Hansama still doesn't have flash. It's only halfway off its cooldown. Gilius, perhaps caught out, stunned up here, has the Onslaught of Shadows, dives across towards his Krugs. Didn't get the smite, I believe.
Big from the side of Gilius. Limit. Wait, there's no smite. There's no smite on Inspired.
Do it, Limit. Okay.
What's the plan here, though?
Type it in chat. Kennen and Megalol. You know you want to. Inspired trying to get the Rift Herald here. Will secure it. He's got the first Dragon of the game. He's got the first Rift Herald of the game. And although, odoamne going in with the Slicing Maelstrom here, just trying to force BrokenBlade away, you feel, gets a couple of stuns off. Inspired working his way up, does have the Flash Bear slap, odoamne.
And I think Neon's just like, nice. You know, I'm getting closer to, well, my first item. Could be either, could be Gale Force, could be Kraken Slayer.
In fact, we do as soon as I say it, and then go for the Cloud Drake, because although Schalke have had the early pressure, although Schalke have got the early kills, what Rogue have done very well, and what they haven't been doing a lot for the rest of this series, is now going to start up the Drake, and
they're giving it
Rogue
up.
know this is happening.
Look at the ping from Inspired. He's gone to the enemy blue buff. He is saying, yeah, don't care. Second Drake of the game is whatever. If they want to spend their time taking that, that's fine. I'm just going to accelerate my leads. I'm going to steal away all his topside camps.
Inspired just ran to the other side of the map. Expectation is...
And that's what Ender would do.
I mean,
but yeah, for sure, for sure.
Unsurprisingly, Inspired is an Ender. BrokenBlade here, caught up in the culling. Larssen trying to get the damage down, but the Mantra W. Now Gilius coming in with the Stampede. There's the Onslaught of Shadows. Larssen flashes away from it, but you can't get away from Gilius. TP in from odoamne. He's going to try and use that Slicing Maelstrom, but now with the Realm Warp, Abbedagge joins the fray. It's 3v2 in favor of Schalke. odoamne should be able to get back underneath his tower. Flashes. There's the stun, and Gilius, he followed the flash and he gets shut down. Abbedagge looks for the overload, but it just goes a mite wide. Trymbi, Schalke coming out on top in the fight overall. But Rogue were able to get a counter kill. Limit in a good position, has the explosive cask. Inspired does not have flash, and it's knocked straight back in, but here's the Magnustorm. Inspired going in with the best slap, and there gets the kill onto Trymbi. Larssen now TPing in, and Abbedagge, even with the spell flux, can't do much. Limit dead, Abbedagge just about survives the Rune Prison, holds Larssen in spot for just long enough.
And Schalke just stayed too long. What an incredibly extended trade. Remember, this started with odoamne versus, well, it was Larssen versus BrokenBlade. BrokenBlade sitting there just trying to clear out. We see Larssen.
Oh, Larssen.
Yeah, this is a party that you don't want to be a part of, Larssen.
Well, Schalke null fear, bring fear people up into the top lane, and Larssen is feared away as Gilius is on the chase. Not really much Larssen can do. They're trying to give the kill over to Abbedagge here. Larssen should try and execute so that Gilius gets the kill instead of Abbedagge, gives no assists across as well. We saw previously odoamne gets bot turret, and this is something Rogue do really well. Yes, Larssen was overextended and got caught. However, over the last...
They can use this later on to try and break down the mid tier 1. But overall, look at this vision investment. I'm going to bring up the minimap. Let's have a look-see here.
Has the Slicing Maelstrom, and you have to watch his flank positions in these fights. Schalke going to start it up. Trymbi. Magnustorm available. odoamne in the fog of war. Blast Cone procced. odoamne still unseen. Limit steps forward. He's trying to catch out that Kennen, and now the Kennen steps forward. And the Pikachu is the one who surprised Limit here. odoamne with the Lightning Rust to get away. The Culling coming out as well. Gilius down to about 2/3 HP. Inspired still on the Drake. odoamne still off towards the top side of the fight. Can rejoin when he wants. Gilius going in and manages to steal away the Dragon. Onslaught of Shadows used by Gilius to get away. Rogue retreat, and Schalke get out. Remember when we talked about the Karma top in game 1, we said Chemtech Purifier second would be better. Here, the staff gives you so much extra. Trymbi in a good position.
Neon is bait.
Neon is bait. Gilius going in, looking for Hansama. Hansama flashes away. Gilius now on the back line. Neon diving in with the Killer Instinct, and immediately it's jumped on, and Neon is down. Trymbi with a Magnustorm, and here is Odo. Feel the power of the Slicing Maelstrom. Immediately, Schalke lose 3, and Rogue
He went in alone, and Rogue were quick to punish. This is going to be the Baron. This is going to be a huge team fight win, and Rogue put themselves in an even stronger position to
pushing
close
in the top lane has the Lord Dominix, but Rogue have 2 prongs of pressure. Bot lane, Larssen and Hansama, double AD carry will rip through the mid lane, and odoamne just continually pressuring in the bot lane. Abbedagge is going to match him, but Rogue will get this wave, and perhaps Schalke have decided they need to pull the trigger somewhere. Odoamne does have flash to try and get out of this. Slicing Mouse from going in, there's the stopwatch, and here come the rest of Rogue. Odoamne's got a flash across the wall, Trymbi there, Onslaught of Shadows in by Gilius, the shutdown goes down. Hunsama not able to join the fight as of yet, and Trymbi's the next one on the target, has to jump away, but Gilius diving forward, diving backward. Fate's call will keep Trymbi alive for just a moment. Schalke on the offensive, those Mantras E's, those speed up could be huge. Schalke may have turned this fight right here. They find Odo, they find two more, and Gilius is not done yet. Stunned up by Inspired, the Realm Warp's going to chase them in, but that bear should be able to escape for the moment. Dragon on the cards though for Schalke, and this is number 3.
And all of a sudden, Schalke have flipped the game once more. They were able to find that big pick onto Odo, and crucially, they get his flash. That is going to be such a big cooldown that Odo will not have.
So far, the Caulfield's Warhammer in his inventory. He's getting up towards that third item.
I will say, the more I think about it, the more I just think that Ryze...
Here we go!
Oh, the engage.
That's a very speedy pony. Vroom, vroom, onto the backline. Onslaught of Shadow's going to fear them back.
That's not good, though.
Explosive cast doesn't do too much, and Gilius. The thing is, that would have been a Jarvan situation there for Odoamne if he'd gone in. Mid lane tower will fall here. Schalke claim their third of the game. Only 4,000 gold between these two teams, Vedius.
Only Odoamne.
Okay, here we go.
This play could be what takes Rogue into the third place match. There is no vision here. Schalke have no idea where he is. All they know is that there's a potential flank. They're scared, man. They are afraid.
I mean, you would be. They've got wards controlling their bot side. That tri-bush, that ward is not in the bush. That ward is misplaced.
There's a ward in this bush. There's a ward in this bush. What does Schalke see?
There's no
oh, here we go.
Schalke don't know. Odoamne's in the perfect position for the flank here. Infernal Drake starting. There's the culling. Here goes Odo. Oh, he gets stopped immediately. Limit with a perfect play, but the rest of Rogue are able to dive in. Inspired gets on Neon. The shutdown on Abbedagge. Limit did everything in his power to stop Odo getting into the fight, but he forgot about the rest of Rogue. TP's coming in. Rogue are looking to book their place in finals weekend.
Rogue will find the team fight that they were looking for. They will deny the Drake. They will deny the game, and they're looking to fight G2 next week.
Schalke fought and they fought, but in the end, it is Rogue who come out on top. Rogue who will take down the Nexus towers, and Rogue who will fight G2 for finals.
A tense build up towards that final fight. All we were doing was